There we go. I'll quickly do the posting, and then we pretty much are good to go. What's happening, everybody? Mobius Y here. Time of recording this Friday, August 6th. Hope everybody had a good week. Mine was alright. I'm just glad that it's the weekend. Finally, hang on. Did I get you? I got you. Gross. Alright, so tonight, two things. It's going to be the last stream with the Giroids, which is our Doomsday origin game. First time we played it live on stream. It's also going to be the last time that I stream Stellaris Console Edition for a little while, because there's going to be several nights throughout August here, or there will even be like a full week or more where I cannot stream. I figured, you know what, rather than just start a new game like next week and just play it the one night and then not be able to continue that stream game for quite some time, I figured, you know what, for the next little bit here, I'll just stream some Mass Effect Legendary Edition so that we can get through a good chunk of that as well. And, you know, that will get us closer to the next game that we're supposed to play as well, which will be No Man's Sky. Once we get through the entire Mass Effect trilogy, this might give me a good opportunity to get through the rest of Mass Effect 2 with Aardvark Face, JB Shepard. And then we could move into Mass Effect 3 and then play that for several weeks, and then hopefully move on to No Man's Sky in like October or so at the latest. But anyways, blah 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 blah. So I probably won't be starting a new Stellaris Console Edition game until like the end of August, near the end of August, or possibly even the start of September. Just want to give you all the heads up about that, to be aware of that. And that's mostly just because there's going to be like several times where I won't be able to stream. For example, next Friday on the... Hold the phone. What the hell is wrong with my calendars? Next Friday on the 13th, August 13th, I won't be able to stream. The following week after that, I'm quite positive I won't be able to stream, like Thursday and Friday, and then that following Monday, Tuesday as well, the 23rd and 24th. And then I very well might not be able to stream the 26th and 27th again. So it won't be until the end of August, start of September, where things kind of get back to normal. And that should be the last interruption for the year. So I'd rather just hold off and not start a brand new Stellaris Console Edition game until there's basically not going to be any more interruptions. Otherwise, I'll be starting a new game, only streaming it like a few times, and then we won't be going back to it for a good like 2 to 3 weeks. Which I think would just be kind of lame. That's just my opinion. So do be aware that I will have like a full kind of schedule to give you a better idea of what's going on. I'll put it in the community section on the YouTubes. I should post one on the Discord and on Twitter as well, so that everybody is fully aware as to what's going on and what my intentions are. Speaking of which, those of you watching this in the future on YouTube, thank you very much for watching. If you find yourself enjoying the video, do give it a thumbs up and leave a comment down below how you think this playthrough was. If you enjoyed watching me play with the Doomsday origin in this particular game, what you think of the Doomsday origin, how you think this particular playthrough went, whatever. Anything that crosses your mind, do leave a comment down below. I will happily read each and every single one. And if you wish to see more Stellaris Console Edition content, subscribe to the channel and click the bell icon so you're notified whenever I upload a new video. And when things get back to normal, you will be notified when my next Stellaris Console Edition video has come out. So yeah, giving a thumbs up and leaving a comment really helps me out with the YouTube algorithm. So if you do any of those things, I will greatly appreciate it. There are also links down in the description below that I would like you to check out. You'll find one for the official Stellaris Discord, where you can become part of the greater Stellaris community. And there are also links to my own personal stuff, for example, my Twitch channel, which I stream this off of. Come on by. The normal schedule is Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays at 7 o'clock Mountain Time. And once things are back to normal, it will be Tuesdays and Fridays where I stream Stellaris Console Edition every week. But you can pop over any of those nights, see what I'm playing, hang out with me for the evening, and, you know, hopefully I can entertain you. There's a link to my Twitter feed. Give me a follow there. Great way to keep in touch with me. Last but not least, there is a link to my own personal Discord for fans of my content to freely join. It's not necessary, but I highly recommend it. You can talk about whatever's on your mind there. It doesn't have to be related to my content or the games that I play. It can literally be, you know, what did I eat today for lunch? Anyways, Joe the Frogman, how's it going? I have not had a chance to watch the last two or three of the previous sessions on YouTube. I know you got the Contingency coming. Oh yeah, the Contingency's here, dude. Check out the map. They had a sterilization hub crop up somewhere in this area. I think it's right here in the Vire system. That's one of the sterilization hubs. There was another one that cropped up somewhere over here in the Majek system. And then the other two are on the east side of the galaxy. These two were pretty close. There's one up here in Sargas. I think that was the first one, as a matter of fact. And one over here in Orcam Fung, I do believe. So yeah, they're here. And they're not really expanding and grabbing a hell of a lot of territory, but they're definitely wiping out other people's star bases and stuff like that. They took out our star base that we had here in Yonox Maw, and that is why we have basically lost access to our matter decompressor, which is actually, if we still had it under our control and giving it the plus 100% Megastructure build speed bonus, it would be less than a year away from completion. So there's that. Third RCR warrior. So what's your goal today? I'm new to Stellaris and learning. Also new to your channel. Like your content. I appreciate it. Thank you. The goal tonight, not die. Like that's about it. Gooseman, hey Mob, I try to watch, but Twitch lags or falls apart every time I try to watch YouTube. That's okay, buddy. And that's why I upload. That's why I upload these directly to my YouTube, as well as unedited, so that if you aren't able to make it to the streams, or you simply just want to get caught up, or you have problems getting to the Twitch streams, that way, if it's like I still want to know what's going on, you don't miss a beat. So that's why they get uploaded unedited, so that anything that goes on, you know exactly what was happening. Okay, slight problem here. Short one minor. What can we get rid of? We could probably lose the enforcer. We could probably lose the enforcer, in all honesty. And let's go ahead and get rid of the roboticist. So I'm at the point here where these habitats, we have, yeah, without the enforcer, we only have 5% crime. That's perfectly fine. All right, so I'm going to ditch the robot assembly plant. We're going to declare population controls. This does reduce stability by 5%, but that's okay. And then we're going to get rid of, we're going to also, just to be on the safe side, we're also going to cease robot assembly. So with those activated, there will be no more robot assembling going on, and there will be no more organic pop growth. Now, the reason why I locked out 2 jobs is because we don't really need the enforcer. As you can see, even without an enforcer, we only have 5% crime. That's not a big deal. That is more than acceptable. So what'll happen is I'll resettle one of these specialists to a different world, and then probably move another pop here to take up this minor job. And the other thing we're going to do is because I don't have somebody working the roboticist job, that makes this robot assembly plant basically useless. But we want to make them a useful pop that is still producing something for us. So we're going to change it into a refinery of some sort to produce some strategic resources. Looks like we're going to want to change it to a chemical plant so that we get some more volatile motes coming in every month. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. Replace the robot assembly plant with a chemical plant. That takes care of that. Let's take a look at this Achermanopolis is a ways away, but that's fine. I can still, you know what? Let's resettle one of these unemployed specialists to the consumer. Actually, you know what? Let's move it to our Achermanopolis, Ulashek, where there is plenty of metallurgist jobs available. And then this guy, this specialist pop will take that job, which is perfectly fine. All right, so now we have one unemployed specialist. And that gave us back... Oh, it didn't. Okay, we still have -1 housing. That's interesting. Maybe if we let time pass a little bit, that will change. Maybe. Or time won't pass at all when I unpause the game. That's a possibility too. That should not be the case. That should be 0 housing now. Huh. Okay. Well, alrighty then. Oh well, whatever. We're fine. We'll just leave it be. So, anyways, that specialist that we resettled is now doing a metallurgist job. So we're getting a little bit more alloys per month. That's perfectly fine. Wow, glad it's on super speed. Yeah. This is what happens late game. This is usually what goes down late game in a 600-star galaxy on like Xbox One and PlayStation 4, is that the actual in-game time gets pretty bloody slow. It happens. So, okay, well, apparently my math is off, which I don't understand. 2 jobs open, that'll be 42. Okay. So what I need to do is figure something out to shuffle around. I need to shuffle around 2 jobs somehow. Ugh, this is weird. I might want to restrict the 2 researcher jobs and then just destroy the building. And then move in. This is weird. Because I know for a fact that in my Iron Man game, this is pretty much how I was able to get my habitats set up with an administrative park and a hyper entertainment forums, or at least I'm like 90% sure. I know that I restricted a ruler job with the merchants, which we don't have any at this point because with these habitats, because we only have 40 pops in the habitat as opposed to 50. Every 50 pops adds a merchant job. I actually usually restrict those in my Iron Man games nowadays. Huh. I wonder, maybe I should get rid of the admin park and change it just to, like, downgrade it to the smaller admin thing. I'm gonna have to, I'll have to come back to this. Erastian energy, we'll come back to that. Alright, so this Ecumenopolis, we're gonna quickly build... Ooh, hang on. We're gonna throw down a robot assembly plant, like so, and we're going to go to the build queue. We're gonna highlight robot assembly plant and hit up on the right stick to move the robot assembly plant up in the build queue. As you can see, the arcology project still stays about half done. It's just we bumped up the robot assembly plant to next in the build queue, so now that is being constructed. The reason why we want the robot assembly plant is because while this arcology project is still finishing, we will have a roboticist that is constructing some robots for us, so we'll get more pops on this world much more quickly while the arcology project is finishing up. That way, once the arcology project is done, we'll have more pops that are able to fill the artisan jobs and produce consumer goods like the moment it's done. Alright, let's lock out a clerk job here. Dust caverns. Did I build a mote harvesting trap? I sure did. Okay. Alright, what else we got going on? We got 15 something or other. What's going on here? I have to go through your beginner vids. I just started playing, have all the DLC. I started with the United Nations of Earth. I'm bleeding energy credits, 28 a month. Empire is 80 over 50, and my starbase cap is 10 over 7. Yeah. Well, you don't necessarily have to build slower. You can definitely downgrade some of those starbases. There's really no reason to go over starbase cap like that. Empire sprawl does not affect your production of energy credits. Empire Sprawl, the biggest impact that Empire Sprawl has is on the cost to research new technologies and adopt new traditions. So that's basically unity and science production that it affects. Well, it doesn't directly affect the production of those things, but it just makes it so that the things you get with those resources is more expensive. So while it's not totally mandatory to keep your Empire Sprawl down, it is definitely recommended so that you can still get through technologies and traditions at a pseudo-normal pace. Boo. Okay. I gotta admit, I have been really slacking in the direct to YouTube videos for the last little while here. I'll be honest, a good portion of it is like because of the situation we've got here. I'm not sure if many of you are aware, but I'm sure a bunch of you are going through the same thing. But there is a fucking smoke problem almost all across Canada right now, and across a good portion of the continental United States because of all the wildfires going on. But where I live, it's not that terrible. Like, there's some places that have it way worse, like parts of Manitoba and up in Alaska, and obviously on the western United States, you know, closer to the wildfires and all that stuff, and parts of British Columbia. But it's pretty bad here, and it's been like this for quite some time now, like pretty much since the fires started. And me personally, I'm fucking tired all the time. Like, I'm not joking. Today when I got home from work, I went and took a nearly 2-hour nap before I started streaming, and I'm ready to just go back to bed again right now. So not really my idea of fun, but it's all good. Oh, how do you increase your Empire Sprawl? No. It's your admin cap. So I've got an older video about this. I haven't updated it yet because it used to be you were not able to do anything about increasing your admin cap. There were like very specific ways to do it. But your admin cap can be increased by with jobs now. Okay, so I have the cursor in the heads-up display is currently over my Empire Sprawl and admin cap status. So Empire Sprawl goes up for districts that you construct on planets, for systems that you control by building a starbase, for colonies that you have. This includes like planets and habitats and you name it. And from pops, so like the population of your empire, as you can see there, where it says total Empire Sprawl, it says from 232 districts, from 29 systems, from 16 colonies, from 732 pops. Those 4 things give you Empire Sprawl, okay? To counteract that, you need to increase your administrative capacity, or admin cap. And you can see down there, the base amount, you have 30 admin cap. You get a little bit from some technologies like colonial bureaucracy and galactic bureaucracy, stuff like that. But the big one that is giving me the most admin cap right now is, as it says, you can see from pop jobs, I'm getting 480. So those are bureaucrats that are doing that. You get bureaucrats from constructing an administrative office. That will give you 2 bureaucrats, and you can down the road upgrade that administrative office to an administrative park, which will give you 5 bureaucrat jobs. So it'll add 3 more bureaucrat jobs to the to what you already had with the admin offices. Okay, and those bureaucrats are producing admin cap for you. Okay, you can see over here where I have the bureaucrats highlighted. If you look on the far right hand side, we can look at the first pop that's working a bureaucrat job, which is a robot. It's producing a little bit of unity, a little bit of stability because of our Empire Civic, and plus 10 admin cap for our Empire. Okay, so that's kind of average. I forget what the jobs are called for both hive minds and machine empires that produce admin cap, but you have to construct the particular building to produce the necessary jobs that do that. So you can do it one of 2 ways. I personally do this a fair bit, but because I have the Byzantine bureaucracy civic, where bureaucrats also produce 1 unity and 1 stability for the colony that they're on. For the you know, if I have bureaucrat jobs on that colony, a single admin park gives me 5 bureaucrats, which will have those bureaucrats increasing stability on that colony by +5, which is good. That's +3% resource production on the colony for literally everything else. So I have an admin park on just about every single one of my colonies in this particular game. You don't necessarily have to do it that way. You can also do it where you have a single planet, or a single colony, I should say, that you designate as a bureaucratic center for the colony type. This has it so that admin captured bureaucrats is increased by 2, and so your bureaucrats will produce roughly about 12 admin cap per job that they're working, and you can turn that entire colony where most of the building slots, like 8 or 12 or something like that, of those building slots are administrative offices and or administrative parks. So you can have a single planet that's producing a buttload of admin cap for you in order to kind of keep your empire sprawl under control. I played a few games so far. I do what I think is great start, but I quickly get in over my head and start over yet to play an entire game. Probably would learn more, but I'm having a blast anyway. Yeah, so honestly, it depends on the person, and I was largely the same way. I didn't really get into learning the ins and outs of various things in Stellaris myself until I'd already played like 2, maybe 3 games. Most of it was just me kind of feeling my way around and learning the hard way, which that works for me. I understand not everybody's down for that because a lot of people are either too impatient or too easily frustrated with video games these days. So, I get it. Not everybody's willing to just play the game and figure shit out as they go the hard way. So I get that, but I'm totally on board. You can still have a blast even when shit keeps going wrong for you as you play, but so long as you're kind of learning whenever things go wrong, you're learning why that's happening, so that in the future you can be like, oh, okay, in order to compensate for that, I need to do this to prevent it from happening again, that sort of a thing. Let's see, how much longer was that at? Ooh, less than 400 days for that matter decompressor. Peace offering. Sovereign Alari Worlds is humiliated, reducing their empire influence gain, blah, 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 blah. Sovereign Alari Worlds is forced to revoke all their claims on the Trish conservers. Losers. United Sinrath Imperium, what do we got here? Wishes to invite Sovereign Alari Worlds. Let's vote yes. Sure. So the Sovereign Alari Worlds is going to join our Federation, probably. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. That'd be interesting if they... And we're losing Federation XP. Sovereign Alari Worlds joined the Interstellar Defense League. They're in. Jeez. We could actually go take a look, and we'd see that most of the AI empires are a part of our Federation. The exception, of course, is the Equinian Empire and the Photetian Corporate Holdings. They're part of the Pan-Galactic Defense League, which is the only other empire in the galaxy, but everybody else, including us, the Bodronite Mandate, the Independent Covarian Confederation, Jazizian Assemblers, Jazizian Pious Administration, which is our overlord, Sovereign Alari Worlds, which have been our enemies for quite some time, and the United Sinrath Imperium. They're all part of the Interstellar Defense League. What else is there? Hang on, I need to lock it out so that it's only empires that are visible, so let's close these away. Get lost. So for AI empires, the only one that is not in a federation right now is the Omni Manifold. They're kind of going it alone right now, which is pretty interesting. Every other empire is in a federation. Most of them in the federation we are a part of, which is kind of cool. Alright, what do we got going on in the galactic community? Not that it matters, because we still have, the second lowest diplomatic weight. Senate is in recess. What will be coming up next? Major administrative sanctions. Ooh. So this will reduce their admin cap by 30% and increase their diplomatic influence cost by 75% if an empire is in breach of galactic law or has been denounced. Pretty cool. Exactly. Each time I play, I try a different mechanic of the game, like I still have yet to build a fleet. For me, just something to look forward to. Yeah. And I honestly, I appreciate that more in new players than somebody who just started playing and literally asks 10,000 questions about every minute detail of the game and basically learns how to play the game without actually playing the game. You know what I'm saying? Not that I'm trying to, you know, talk shit to the people that do that. As I said, I understand why some people want to learn that way. All right, and you know, it's not a bad thing. I'm not trying to say it is or anything like that. But I just have that extra appreciation for you know, certain players that when they jump into a new game, whether it's Stellaris or whatever, they're willing to just, you know, jump right in, get their hands dirty, learn the basics of the game on their own through just playing, and then learn, you know, the depth behind the game through trial and error. I think there's a lot of fun to be had in that method behind playing a new game. That's just me. Like even though it was frustrating, like a good example for me would be when I was playing Dark Souls last year. It was fucking frustrating as hell and whatnot, but there was still, you know, some level of enjoyment behind constantly getting my ass kicked, but then learning how to overcome those challenges and, you know, basically adapt and get better and that kind of stuff. I feel like too many people miss out on the joy that comes from playing a new game and learning things for yourself, how to overcome problems yourself. You know what I mean? I should probably turn off all the DLCs, but some look so interesting. That's entirely up to you. You don't necessarily have to learn what all the different DLCs do all at the same time, because some of them just add stuff in the game that you can just like let be, and stuff and kind of how do I word this? I'm trying to think of how to word this. There's a lot that the DLC brings in, which you don't necessarily have to worry about because it just passively exists within the galaxy. That makes sense. I'm not sure if that does make sense. You don't have to learn what it is and how it works right away or anything like that, you know? Okay, we can get one more worker in here. What if I restrict the enforcer? How much crime do we have? 4%. That's not a big deal. It's too detailed to ask questions or you'd be there all day. There's a lot that are like that. A lot of strategy games in general are like that, though. Strategy games are supposed to have a deep strategy behind them. And, you know, like you said, if you're simply trying to learn everything you can just by asking like more experienced players about quite literally everything, then you miss out on the opportunity to, like, two things. A, you miss out on the opportunity to learn that by yourself, and the positive encouragement that one can get from that. But yeah, like you said, you wind up spending like more time asking questions about the game than actually just, you know, playing the game. What the hell am I going to do about our minerals? We're still a vassal, so we can't expand to a new star system. I can't build what's it called? Star bases. we might have to declare war on our overlords. Salt. Would be? I wonder. Let's try requesting independence really quickly here. No, you may not become independent. You would not survive on your own. Blah 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 blah. I know. So how does one? I'm not sure we can, because we're in the same federation as well. Blah 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 blah. Curious. That is what makes them so fun and immersive. Like I love Total War. I've actually never played a Total War game. I'm pretty sure that I would enjoy it, but I've never played one. I'm quite confident that my current computer would not really handle playing one very well. I mean, it could probably do it, but I don't think it would be terribly good frame rate or terribly good quality, graphics quality. Let's lock out these clerk jobs. I don't need those. Fuck off. Okay, so what do we got going on here? We only have 4 amenities. That's not a good sign. Saucy's Ace Mining. This is the size 14 world. We already did Mastery of Nature. Sweet. I like that. Alright, so let's go ahead and do a robot assembly plant. We still need 5 more pops on this planet. Ooh. 5 more pops to build the next building, which is definitely going to be like a Hollow Theaters, to improve our amenities there. That's ugly. Saucy's Ace Mining. There's nothing on that, so that's a good source of minerals, or it will be once we start getting some pops on there and that place is developing. Okay, where else? Lesser Stain, Generator World. This is pretty well developed. We only have one... Hold on. We have 1 housing... Ooh. We have 1 housing remaining. Let's upgrade 1 more civilian replica complex. That way, with that 1 housing... so this is going to add 3 more artisan jobs. We'll move the 2 clerks up into those open artisan jobs. Then we'll lock out all the clerk jobs so that we have no clerks, and we'll probably lose a technician or a farmer. With that 1 little bit of housing that we have left, they'll fill in the open technician or farmer job, and that will, like, this planet will be done. It'll have exactly 100 pops. Oh fuck! It's gonna have another merchant, isn't it? It is. I'm gonna restrict that merchant. Probably resettle it somewhere else. Shnikes. Major administrative sanctions. Yep, let's agree to that. Nobody's in breach of galactic law right now, which is surprising. I've found it's usually pretty rare for somebody to not be in breach of galactic law. Let's go ahead and support this. I've got to say, like, the most an extremely common thing that gets asked in, you know, the discords that I'm part of via comments on YouTube is, it's like, well, how do if I have this situation, how do I develop my planet? I'm always running out of this stuff. How do you get so many resources? Blah 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 blah. And it's like, look, it's not just if X do Y. Like, we finished our robot modifications. Let's go ahead and take a look at them now. Because managing your economy... what the fuck did Joe the Frogman... What did you say this game was like? It's like spinning 6 plates simultaneously with only 5 sticks? Something crazy like that. It was a pretty funny analogy. Okay, so maybe with those... Ah, there we go. So with the... Oh, okay, we're good. We're good. I like it. We got 1 housing remaining. It'll fill in that minor job. What about Irasian Energy? We have -1 housing, so I can restrict the enforcer job. Okay, see, this is what I'm. This is more what I was looking for. So we did that modification and had robots have reduced housing use. That actually fixed the issue that I earlier. So right now we're sitting at -1 housing on this habitat, which is perfect because we have 1 unemployed pop, and that's. When you get your colony developed, and that's what it's looking like after some point, where you have 0 jobs available for every unemployed pop, you want there to be -1 housing as well, because that means that there is no more room for pops on this world, and you've got the perfect balance of jobs that have been taken and housing that is being used. So long as you have enough amenities to keep everybody happy. In this case, this world still has +30, so we're excellent there. And now I'm going to... First, I'm going to reset... Hold on, I need to replace that, so we'll do another chemical plant. So we're going to resettle the one unemployed... we're going to resettle the one unemployed specialist to our foundry at Achemonopolis so that they take a metallurgist job. And our roboticist is not doing anything right now, so we'll lock them out of that job. They'll be unemployed for a little bit. Once that chemical plant is done, they'll zip in and take over that chemist job so that they're producing some volatile motes for us. And then it'll be perfect. Each situation unique, that's how you answer that question. Well, kind of, but like you need to... Your economic needs, the needs of your economy is constantly changing. It's never... there's never really a constant thing that happens like literally every time you play or anything like that. Most of the time it's like it'll be a lot of the time it'll be like very similar, but it's not often, you know. There's situations where it's like, well, I'm low on energy credits, or I'm running a deficit on energy credits, so should I colonize a new world and make it a generator world? And it's like, well, that depends. Do you have a planet that's available with lots of generator districts? Because if you only have like size 11 planets with 3 generator districts, but they have like 6 or 7 food and or mining districts, well then you probably don't really want to make them a generator world, you know. Like the list goes on and on and on. It's not just flat if X then Y. One thing that you really got to learn when you start playing Stellaris is you need to be able to plan ahead. You need to be able to realize that, hey, if I do X, it's not if X then do Y. It's, hey, if I do X, then I'm going to need Y. For example, in the earlier portions of a game, when you're looking at, you know, what your 5th or 6th colony is going to be, and you're thinking, you know what, I'm going to make this a research world. I'm going to construct a lot of research labs on it. And then, but you look at your economy, only making, say, you know, like I am, you're making only like +7 consumer goods per month. So it's like, okay, well, researchers use a lot of extra, where's a research worlds? We might not have one. That's crap. I know we have one somewhere. That's a mining world, forge world. Okay, well, here's a good example. You got to remind yourself that researchers use additional consumer goods for upkeep. So it's like, well, with only +7 consumer goods right now, I can really only have like 6 or 7 researcher jobs without going in a deficit on consumer goods. So if I'm going to be creating a research world and supplying it with pops and having lots of researchers crop up, I'll also need a world that has more like civilian, like artisans with civilian industries buildings to produce consumer goods. If you don't have that, you're going to run a deficit before too much longer while you're developing your research world, because you're simply just adding in more researchers that are using up said consumer goods, and you didn't make up for it. You did not you know, colonize a 6th or 7th planet or whatever to have it producing consumer goods, you know, that kind of a thing. Similarly speaking, where it's like, well, I'm running a deficit on minerals, but I really need more alloys, so I'm gonna turn this thing into an Achemonopolis and create some foundry arcologies and blah 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 and make a lot of metallurgists. Well, that's just going to make the situation worse, because metallurgists convert minerals to alloys, and if you keep adding metallurgist jobs without you know, supplementing that with a lot of miner jobs elsewhere in the Empire, you're just going to make your minerals problem even worse, because the more metallurgists you have, the more minerals you need for their upkeep. And if you're just adding metallurgist jobs without having, you know, any newer colonies that are creating lots of minor jobs, the problem is just going to get worse. The list goes on and on and on. Okay, so we've got our civilian replica complexes, as you can see. Ooh, we still have 3 housing. Shit. Okay, well, never mind. I'll leave this merchant in. But I'm not gonna unlock that merchant shop. So we've got 3 more housing. Ideally, I want to upgrade another to a civilian replica complex. That means 3 more people can fit on this world. I don't want it to be another merchant. I want it to be things that actually produce stuff for the rest of the empire, for the good of the whole empire. The reason why I'm saying this is merchants. I've come to the conclusion, well, not really conclusion, but realization that merchants are like super clerks. I explained why I don't like clerks, because a single clerk only produces 2 amenities and 2 trade value. The 2 trade value is really nothing fantastic in terms of the overall production throughout your empire, and the 2 amenities is really fuck all. Like, that's extremely, they're honestly extremely inefficient. A single entertainer is producing 10 amenities alongside with some unity. In this case, one of my entertainers is producing either 2 or 3 unity, so there's other benefits to that. And a merchant, while they're producing a lot more amenities and trade value, it's still not as much as what I could be getting if they were working, say, a technician or a farmer job. Like, a single technician on this world is currently producing over 10 energy credits. And a farmer, oops, I did not mean to close out of that. A farmer is producing over 12 food. So yeah, I would much rather have my pops working in one of those worker jobs where they're producing over 10 energy credits or 12 food for the entire empire, as opposed to just producing 8 trade value, which is being converted to like 4 energy credits and maybe 2 consumer goods or something like that. I'd be getting, instead of that, I'd rather be getting like plus 10 more energy credits to the rest of the empire, or plus 12 food. Same thing with the amenities. Like, plus 5 amenities, that's all well and good. It makes people on the planet happier so that they're more productive and all that stuff. But I'd much rather, instead of 5 amenities, like I said, for that single planet, I'd rather be producing, twice that many in resources for the whole empire. That's just me. People try to argue with me about restricting merchant jobs. Mobius has a Discord you can join and ask all of those long questions and have multiple people helping answer them. Well, the official Stellaris Discord has way more people that could answer those questions for you. There's usually a lot of people that are online and active in the official Stellaris Discord than in my Discord. Honestly, my Discord is more a place to hang out. You can go there to ask Stellaris-related questions about the game and stuff like that, because pretty much everybody there joined because of my Stellaris Edition content. So just about everybody there also plays the game. So it's still a place you can come and hang out and talk about Stellaris Console Edition if you want. There's also the Stellaris Wiki. Yes, and I really wish more people would just go read it. If they had a question, they could just, punch in Stellaris Wiki, what do I need to know specifically? Like, a huge portion of questions is, what does this do? What happens if I do this? What does the enigmatic fortress do? Or something like that. What can I get from the Ether Drake? What kind of fallen empires are there? Stuff like that. Those are the kind of questions where it's just like, seriously, you can go to the wiki and answer that question, because it literally breaks down like a whole event chain step by step, and while you're there, you'll probably find out a bunch of other stuff that you were curious about too. The wiki is actually a really, really useful tool. And I wish more people did use it, because it's got so much helpful stuff on it. Erastian energy. Why are we still -1 on housing? That makes no fucking sense. Oh, something's happening. Did my game freeze? No, I still hear music, so something big is going down right about now. Like, something big. Maybe there's a big war that's going to get declared. Oh, there we go. By restoring power to some sort of ancient subspace gateway within their borders, the Equinian Empire has gained access to an isolated star cluster on the periphery of our galaxy. This group of stars, which they refer to as the L cluster, cannot be reached by hyperlane, only through these L gates. Okay, so L cluster has been accessed. Somebody finally got to it. It's way up there. Question is, what did we get from that? It didn't mention anything about the Grey Tempest, so I don't think we got the Grey Tempest this time, which would be amazing because I've gotten the Grey Tempest pretty much every time the L cluster gets opened. One of the first things it says is it has a lot of info, scares off new players. Yeah, which is very true. We just got a bunch of refugees from the sovereign Alari worlds. Okay. The number one thing that I wish people would use the wiki for is when they ask, what happens if I research this project? What happens if I do this anomaly? What happens if I do this this event or something like that? You know, those kind of questions. I wish that people would simply go to the wiki to check those out. Because it breaks down event chains and stuff like that, literally step by step, or as to, you know, what happens if you do certain things due to particular event chains. I can totally understand how looking up other various things might not make a lot of sense because there's a lot of information on a single page of the wiki, so you might not be 100% sure what you're looking for. Let me see here. My opinion. Fair enough. I'm just going to do... do I need other luxury residences here? This Sky Dome. Plus 20 housing and plus 20 amenities. Oh, hold the phone. Hang on, now I'm genuinely curious. Luxury residences gives plus 4 housing, plus 5 amenities. Where did the... Huh. A floating utopia maintained with extremely advanced anti-gravity technology. I remember that there was the Paradise Dome, and that only gave... Because the luxury residences is plus 4 housing, plus 5 amenities. If I recall right, the Paradise Dome was like plus 7 housing, and I think plus 10 amenities, or something weird like that. Plus 9 amenities. So if it's been changed to the Sky Dome, and I never noticed, with plus 20 housing and plus 20 amenities, that's actually really good. You can use a building slot or possibly 2 on the really small worlds, or in this case, this is a pretty small world. This is a size 11 world, but it had 11 mining districts. So the 3 bonus districts we get from the completed expansion tradition tree, plus the 2 more from doing the mastery of nature. All 3 of those are city districts, and they're only giving us 8, 16, 24 total housing. So a single Sky Dome giving us another plus 20 housing. That's pretty good. I thought it was only going to be like plus 8, plus 9. Wiki is good for objective, i.e. fact-based stuff, but not for subjective. For example, which civics are best and why. Yeah, and like, yeah, that's worded way better than I put it, Joe. Thank you. If you're looking for like straight up facts and raw data, you want to use the wiki for that. But you don't want to use the wiki for, you know, I have a planet that's this big with this many districts and these different districts and stuff like that. What should I specialize it into? Well, like, fuck, what does your economy need? You know? That is, as you said, a much more subjective question, which is situationally dependent. But if you need to know something like how many amenities does a duelist, how many amenities, what are the different jobs that produce amenities, and how many does each of those jobs produce? Well, you've got your entertainer that produces 10, a base amount of 10. You've got your duelist, which can be available for some militarist empires with the correct civic. They produce 12 amenities. You have clerks that produce 2. You have merchants that produce whatever. You have administrators that produce 8. You know, blah, 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 blah. That kind of stuff. That's the kind of stuff you want to look up on the wiki. The hard data. But the ones, like you said, where it's like, I'm in X situation, what do I do? I'd rather have the event change be rise for better or worse. I build fast because the first 2 games I played I got I'm guessing you're saying annihilated before the mid game. Very true, but things also matter depending on how you want to play, correct? To a degree. I'll be honest, I have done like some pseudo. Yeah, see, where the fuck did this sky dome come from? Now I'm really curious. See, it says luxury residence upgrade to a paradise dome for +7 housing and +10 amenities. So where did this sky dome come from? I'm quite certain that I built one. I'm genuinely curious. Let's build another paradise dome. I want to see what happens. Because I know I built this. Why clerks suck? Go watch Mobius video on that. I need to update that. It's different now. Like, it's, clerks aren't as bad. Because if you go check out the... hang on, where is it? The trade policy. Research complete. So you still got wealth creation, where each point of trade value earns 1 energy credit. Consumer benefits is each trade value is half an energy credit and 1/4 of a consumer good. And marketplace of ideas was improved to where it's still 0.5 trade value and 0.25 unity instead of 0.15 unity. There's still a bad job. Overall, like, there's still not a good idea to prioritize at all compared to, you know, most any other jobs that are available. But it's a little bit better because of that. Well, staying. We have a lot of housing available in this world. I am going to go ahead and upgrade these 2 research labs to advanced research complexes. Where is Dang Mines? We've still got 90 days for that Paradise Dome. Okay, Buffo's mining station. We have unemployment. Why do we have unemployment? There's lots of miner jobs available. Go work in the mines. The Gulag beckons. Mine. Blonde Walls was taken. 9+ alloys. What are you, Xenoph? No. Why do you ask? Toronto? What? What is Toronto? Question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark. Ugrarlak Enterprises joined the Interstellar Defense League. They will now stand unified against their enemies. Okay, so that took another hit to our cohesion. We have a lot of envoys assigned to this federation. That's insane. What are these Ugarlak whatevers? Where'd they come from? I'm genuinely curious now. Contacts, Ugarlak Enterprises. Where are these guys? They've got one little... Okay, so they... Huh, curious. Ruthless Capitalists, Federation Defender of the Galaxy. Where did they crop up from? What's their origin? Enlightened. Ah, okay. So they were enlightened. Fair enough. Anyways, our ethics are egalitarian, fanatic, materialist right now. And I don't know why I still have technocracy, but whatever. The science directors are kind of nice, but I'm pretty sure we can get rid of technocracy by now. Oh well. And meritocracy. So we did the egalitarian, fanatic, materialist meritocracy, technocracy start to help us tech up early, which we were kind of successful at. Not really. I usually just stop once I have 350 plus alloys, otherwise I just have a surplus. Why? There's really nothing wrong with a surplus of alloys. I mean, I suppose you don't need to be generating plus 3,000 alloys a month, especially if you don't have like Utopia and or Megacorp, therefore are incapable of constructing megastructures. But there's literally no reason to stop improving how many alloys you are producing. Those are the best civics. See what? No, they're not. Shut up. You asked where the Sky Dome came from. Oh, okay. You can never have too many alloys. Yep. 100%. The game that I had a very long ongoing game as a Machine Empire last year that I finally deleted because I literally blew up all the planets that every other empire was living on, so nobody else existed in the galaxy. But anyways, I got to the point where I had almost 20,000. Actually, was it 20,000? It was about 19,000 minerals per month, but I was also producing like 6,000 alloys per month. When a single battleship costs roughly 1,600 alloys per month, there's literally no reason to stop producing more alloys, excuse me. Paradise Dome, okay. So why the fuck is there a Sky Dome here?
Research complete.
Where did that come from? I'm really, really curious. Resource stronghold. Is it a feature? Odd factory? No, I don't think so. I'm really curious now as to where the hell that Sky Dome came from. Huh. So, see, this thing, it has 10 energy credits for upkeep. It's producing 20 housing and 20 amenities, compared to our Paradise Dome, which has 3 energy credits and 1 rare crystal per month for upkeep, and it's only producing 7 housing and 10 amenities. So this Sky Dome is like more than twice as good, and the upkeep is a lot more... It's much more amenable because it's not costing us rare crystals. Geez, we still have a lot of metallurgists open. Need to get some more pops over there, but none of our what's the word I'm looking for? Why are you not working? Get there in that technician job, you. Okay, so I still have this -1 housing here, and I still don't understand why. Can we do some gene tailoring, I wonder? Species, let's take a look, see. 7 pops, whatever. 1 trait point remaining, okay. Can we just remove Unruly? I don't think so, because I believe that gives us back 2 points. I need to look for a species where we have a lot of them. Maybe Giroids, maybe not. We have a lot of these Evorzaks. I should probably make them communal. Let's see. So robots, we've already given the thing to reduce their housing. Giroids, we have 200. I have done 0 gene tailoring for Giroids. I just realized that. Okay, so either Giroids or those Ivzorag, whatever the fuck they were called. According to the wiki, Sky Dome is a fallen empire building, so I assume you took this planet over? No, I haven't. I haven't had a strong enough military to defeat a fallen empire at all. I think we had an interesting bug happen where, because I know that I built a Paradise Dome on this world, and like I built the luxury residences and then upgraded it to a Paradise Dome. I've got a funny feeling that we had an interesting bug occur where the game somehow registered it as a Sky Dome instead of a Paradise Dome. If that's the case, that would be a pretty awesome bug. And if it's exploitable, is Scion your origin? No, it was Doomsday. This is still the Doomsday origin game that we started quite some time ago. Let's do another alloy foundry here. I have some unemployment. Why? There's a lot of miner jobs. Get into those mines, damn you. To the gulag with you! Kill an edge. Why is this a bureaucratic center? I don't want a bureaucratic center. That automatic colony designation is seriously annoying. Because it is a colony designation, and a lot of the time it's not the one you want it to be, and In my case, sometimes I forget to change it. In the interest of promoting the liberalization of trade across the galaxy, the Ugalak Enterprises will now open its borders to you. Gee, thanks. I really don't care. No, he is doomed world, which is a major reason why he is so far behind normal. Yeah. Definitely. Alright, so let's go ahead and do some species modifying. We're going to do it to the Giroids. Where are they? J, K. Need to go back up to G. There it is, Giroids. Okay, we have 2 trait points remaining even. Holy crap, okay. So we could get rid of... Deviance and then add Communal. Let's do that. Create template. And then we go here and we apply template. I don't care about the non-adaptive. We can keep it.
Situation log updated.
Okay, how long will this take? 9 months. Oh, fuck. Yes, absolutely. Zac plot refugees fleeing from the Sovereign Alari worlds have arrived on Slights. Did you take the planet from someone? No, no. This is just a place that we colonized. It's over here in Iphelon. It's just a planet that we colonized. It was not originally under somebody else's possession. None of that bullshit. I colonized this myself and upgraded a luxury housing to a paradise dome, and somehow it transformed into a sky dome. I am not complaining whatsoever. I mean, it's kind of cool. Another clerk job. I need to get some different jobs on this world. Yikes, this is gross how many clerks we have. We have a plus 11 exotic gases, so I could totally upgrade these to research complexes. I'm going to do that. This will put a bit of a dent in our consumer goods, but we have quite a bit, so we're alright. Open up another clerk job here. Very weird. Anyways, good to see you again, Cyphus. Thanks for popping by tonight, buddy. It's been a while. Hope you had a good week. Jones generators. How are we doing here? Our technician jobs are filling up a little bit, so that's good. I'm hoping that by giving communal to the Giroids, we will no longer see that thing say it doesn't have enough housing. I think what we'll also do is let's go check out, where's that other species? This one, the Ivzorak mutatus. Woo! Riggin Commerce Exchange destroyed by the Contingency. Yep. Okay, so we'll modify this template. We're not going to remove cybernetic because that's dumb. Ooh, shit. Okay. No, never mind. They're... Okay. Interesting. Uplifted, cybernetic, industrious, starborn, and enduring. Kind of neat. Let's create a template here. So they're already cybernetic, industrious, enduring, blah, 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 blah. I don't care about that stuff. What does cybernetic do again? Plus 20% habitability, increased army damage, and longer leader lifespan. Okay, that's fine. I'm thinking I'll just change and give them... Okay, let's create a brand new template. What do we have? 4 trait picks left with 3 trait points. Okay. And a bunch of them... Enduring. Yeah, I don't want enduring. That's just dumb. Create template. Can we add cybernetic? I don't think so. It should just happen. Do I want them to keep industrious? No. Let's give them that and communal. Intelligent and communal. That'll work. Or maybe I should do rapid breeders. Yeah, let's do rapid breeders instead. That's better. Rapid breeders. There we go. Okay. Create template. I think those pops were present in our empire when we took the Flesh is Weak ascension path. Actually, no, we didn't take an ascension path. What am I talking about? They just showed up as cyborgs. Huh. So I'm going to actually eliminate their cyborgness. That's kind of shitty. Oh well. 5 months left for that. Damn, the timer is going slow. Bestodon refugees arrive from a place where the Contingency is kicking their ass out. All right, what's happening? Wow, that's a big-ass paragraph, Mr. Joe. Is it a bug? Seems like there might be a relic that does something like that. Using the reverse engineer arcane technology artifact action has a small chance to allow the user to build an empire building on one of their planets. Each building takes time, 480 days to construct. But we don't have relics yet. No, we do not. And I don't have any relics. Oops, that's the wrong thing. I need to go to technology, relics. I don't have a single fucking relic. Right now, the only relics we have are the one from if you defeat the Khan, I do believe, and the ones from that you can get from the endgame crises. I don't think there's anything else. Why do I have an unemployed worker here? Back to the gulag. There you go. No breaks, only mining. Okay, well, we've got all of our miner jobs filled out here. That's Bufo's mining. What do we have for refineries? I only have 2, so I could add 2 more. That'll put us to 30. That'll give us 2 more jobs so that the 29th and 30th pops will have jobs. And then at pop number 30, this new building slot will open, so I'll have to put something there that creates a decent amount of jobs for the next batch of pops. I'll probably have to upgrade this hyper entertainment forms to create 3 jobs, put like an alloy foundry down here for another 2, so that'll be another 5 jobs created, so that when we hit 35 pops, we'll have another building slot, and everybody will be employed. Okay, so what do I need for... got a gases and rare crystals, I think. So we'll do an exotic gas refinery and a synthetic crystal plant. Where do we go? Way down near the bottom. There we go. Perfect. I don't have a single fortress world. I just realized that. Usually by this point in the game, I'll have like 1, maybe 2 to crank up some naval capacity. More refugees, huh? All right. Works for me. Ether Drake has a relic. Oh, yeah. Ether Drake also has a relic. I forgot about that. Is that the only Leviathan that gives you a relic? Because my brain's telling me there's other Leviathans that could also give you a relic. Fuck, we might not. We might not get through. We considering how quickly the timer's going, we will have like barely any use from this consumer goods, this small consumer goods ecumenopolis that we're developing. It's like been over an hour already. To be fair, I did pause the game for quite a bit whilst I was yakking earlier. But goddamn. Alright, so reminder, I figure this is a good time to mention it. Just a reminder to everybody that this will be the last Stellaris Console Edition stream. Probably for several, like at least 2 or 3 weeks until later on in August there. I just want to give you guys all that heads up. I would love a new game next week, but the only but I'm going to be out of town Friday. Like I'm leaving right after work. I'm leaving town, so I will not be able to stream that evening. So that means that I would start a new game on the 2nd, and I would only be able to pick up where we left off the following Tuesday, because I would not be able to. I would not be able to stream it again later that same week, and then it would be like a week, maybe a week and a half, before I could stream again, period. So over the course of 3 weeks, only streaming the one game twice just kind of sounds a little silly to me. So instead, I'm just going to stream Mass Effect Legendary Edition for the next 5 or 6 evenings that I'm available to, and then the week or week and a half that I'm not able to stream, obviously nothing's going on. And then when I get back and the schedule is back to normal, then we will definitely start a new stream game. Oh my god, the frame rate is, oh wow, woo. Oh, that's great. That's great, and that's what you pause the game for. All right, Science Nexus Research Hub. There goes half of our alloys, just like that. Cool. I wonder what we could spend that other 15,000 on. Maybe I'll just hang on to it. Why do I have an unemployed specialist? whatever. Let's open up that merchant job. There you go. Okay, no more unemployment there. That was weird. Love seeing the later gameplay. I'm following, but somewhat lost. However, creates excitement for future gameplay. Yeah, that's fair. I'm picking up what you're throwing down. We can hop into... I haven't touched my Iron Man game in a little while. I actually have not played this off camera very much over the last... I want to say 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a little more than that. But yeah, we can jump into my Iron Man game and you can take a look at that, because that is a very different story from what we've got going on here. I'll put it this way: I am the Senate in that game. I've got over 500,000 diplomatic power, and the rest of the galaxy combined does not match that. Unfortunately, I pulled a dump and did some trading deals where I gave away like favors and stuff. And the AI is actually calling in those favors, and because I have so much diplomatic weight, they get a shitload of diplomatic weight just from like one of my favors. So it was a pretty stupid move on my part. But hey, live and learn. All right, Lesser Stain. We have 1 unemployed pop with 2 more housing available, so I think we're upgrading another civilian replica complex. Hells yeah. Alright, let's have a look-see here. Honestly, I really should, well, yeah. I definitely do need to do some kind of, like, colony development video or planetary development video, but that is such a... that's a very difficult topic to cover in a single video. Because there's, like I said, developing your planets and to suit your economy, like I've said it numerous times, it's situational. It depends on what you're going for with your empire build. Like if you're going for a tech rush, or if you're going very militarist and want to crank out a bunch of alloys so you can build a decent sized fleet really early, blah blah blah. The list goes on. But I figured that there is some stuff that I can show off in a video like that, you know, just how I develop a certain type of colony at different stages of that thing. Like brand new, just be like, this is what I do at the very beginning. Jump like 10 years ahead. Okay, well now we have like 20 or 30 pops on it. This is what I did to fill it to much housing and supply this many jobs. Jump another 10, 20 years ahead and be like, okay, now we have like 50 or 60 pops on this planet. This is what I'm doing because I'm developing it into this kind of a world. So I've constructed these buildings on it, blah, 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 that sort of thing. How far in? It's about 200 years. Unlimited power! Exactly. If I want a resolution passed, well, up until I fucked up and gave away favors, it was a matter of if I wanted a resolution passed, it passed. What I'm going for is that achievement where you have all of the major sanctions, resolutions passed, and then you denounce somebody. Like, I'm going for that achievement, and I was actually really close to getting it because I'm pretty sure there's only 2 resolutions where I need to change them from moderate sanctions to major sanctions. But because I gave these stupid favors away and whatnot, I gotta try to make them waste those favors on various other shit, so that down the road I can pass these major sanctions when I want to. And then as soon as that happens, I'm denouncing some motherfucker. And they're gonna get slapped so hard with penalties from the Galactic community. It'll be hilarious. Somebody's opposing this. Major administrative sanctions. So let's I'll quickly show you the thing. Here's what happens. Most of what happens from the sanctions is reduction in diplomatic weight. That's the majority of what happens if you are in breach of galactic law or denounced and there are major sanctions in place. So major economic sanctions increases your market fee by 30% and reduces your diplomatic weight from economy by 60%. So the market fee makes it so that I don't know if the computer actually does play the market, but they make it so that your market fee we're up at the top there. My market fee is currently 10%. In theory, if there was major sanctions going on and I was in breach of galactic law, that would jump up to like 40%. So it'd be a way worse deal for you to play around with the internal market and like sell excess of stuff you don't have and try to buy stuff that you need. It would be like a way worse trade deal for you, is how that would work. Let's go back to the thingy. And now we've got sanctions, politics, and culture. Major administrative sanctions has your admin cap reduced by 30%, and the influence cost for diplomacy, so that's, I'm guessing this would be things like defensive pacts and that kind of stuff, is increased by 75%, which can be a pretty big deal, especially if you're not producing, if you're not at the point where you're using the unity ambition that gives you like +5 influence per month. So this could hit pretty hard if you're still adopting traditions and or researching technologies and you're not on like repeatables yet. And sanctions, environment, and technology. Major research sanctions, -15% research speed, which is doesn't sound like a huge deal. The earlier in the game, the harder this hits. Obviously, you can compensate for this in the later game. Like we'll take a look at my current research speed in my three different sections right now. One of them's over like +100%. Diplomatic weight from tech -60%. So if you're speeding ahead of everybody with way better tech, then you get slapped with this, and then like your diplomatic weight just totally tanks. Most of these sanctions reduce diplomatic weight by a significant portion. Major military sanctions, -30% naval capacity. So if you have a big navy and you get hit with this, your naval capacity drops, while all of a sudden the upkeep of your ships, you know, the energy credits and alloys per month for ship upkeep goes pretty high up there. And diplomatic weight from fleet power -60%. So if you got a lot of diplo weight from fleet power, you lose more than half of it. So that's basically what the sanctions do. Like that doesn't sound like a huge deal, but like individually they're not that significant, and I don't think that they're a significant loss until you get to the major sanctions either. But altogether, I don't want to say crippling, that's not the right word, but definitely problematic if you're in breach of galactic law and or you got denounced, something like that. That's exactly what I'm trying to learn now, so that would be a great vid, better management and understanding. JB, what's up? See ya. What was I babbling about earlier? Then I got distracted by the sanctions. Love seeing the later gameplay, something. I was talking about, like, colony development and whatnot earlier. I lost my train of thought now. Oh well, whatever. Must have not been important. Technology. How are we doing on our repeatables? Okay, how much longer for this frickin' arcology project? We've got less than a year to go. Okay, well, we'll see. We will see our second Incubinopolis, but we're not going to make much use of it because there's going to be like, I don't know, how left in the stream. And seeing as how it takes forever, well, I shouldn't say forever, but several seconds for a single day to tick over. Ooh. So the Omni-Manifold is given associate status with the Pan-Galactic Defense League. Interesting. I did not realize that the Zani Restorers were owning the shit out of the Omni-Manifold. Holy crap. The Omni-Manifold had all this territory directly to our northeast, and now it's gone. Zani Restorers absolutely owned them. Sucks to be them. Meanwhile, this must all be contingency ships. Yep, autonomous cluster. Autonomous cluster. We're largely being left alone by the contingency. They're still coming in through this wormhole here in Saulia. Saulia! And then they like zip down through here and stuff like that. So there's that. Oh, hey, look, the matter decompressor is done. That's great, because nobody's fucking using it. I totally could not use plus 2,000 minerals a month right now. Not at all. Shit. Oh well. You know, we have Fenhabanis, which is like the first League home system, and then we also have Haban, which is, I don't know, not the first League's home system. Alright, board stain, tech world. Why do you have unemployment? What's happening here? Oh yeah, I locked out a merchant. Wait, what the fuck happened? Why do I suddenly have an unemployed ruler? Oh man. Sometimes weird shit goes on in the late game, like a ruler gets kicked out of a job momentarily, so like a worker or a specialist gets promoted to the ruler stratum, and then takes that job, and then that ruler that for whatever reason got kicked out of the job is now unemployed for a while until they get demoted. I don't know. It's good. I wonder if my Xbox is about ready to explode because there's so much happening. I just put my hand on it. Yeah, it's pretty damn warm. I would be... I'll probably be buying an Xbox Series X like early next year or something like that, and I'm genuinely curious when you get to about this point in the game. I'm curious how the game runs. It's already been proving that the game runs better on the newer consoles like PS5 and Xbox Series S and Series X. But I'm wondering, like, I'm genuinely wondering when you've got, you know, this many empires and this many pops and this much shit happening in the galaxy. I'm genuinely curious how the newer console will handle the game, because Xbox One and PS4 kind of struggle. You can still play, no doubt about that. You can still play, but there's definitely a drop in performance. It runs butter smooth. Or what do they say for that? There's that Tim Hortons commercial. They got some kind of new coffee or some shit. Velvety, velvety, velvety smooth. Okay. Put up this clerk job. How long before this guy is... ooh, no, hold on. What the fuck did I just do? Shit, I didn't mean to do that. Damn it. I hate hitting that restore jobs button by accident. Oops. Alright, this ruler demotes in 1,500 days. Okay, well, we're not going to see that happen. That's like 4 years. Good times. Alright, we're up to 542 alloys per month. Let's say we build a fleet. We got 20,000 alloys right now. Hang on. How much longer for the Science Nexus? Oh my god, I cannot open up. I can't go into this system. This... come on! Oh geez, 1,500 days for that. Okay, we're definitely going to build a fleet just for the hell of it. Let's see. We got ingrained stratum with our 75 corvettes. Let's go ahead and create a new thingy. We're just going to do a battleship. Boop. And how much will this cost to build 25 battleships? Let's see. Come on. One more. Boop. Hello. Hey! Listen! Hello! 20,449. Can we do that right now? One fleet needs to be reinforced with 25 ships for 28,000 alloys. Oh, okay, that's a little much. Let's drop that down by about 5. Yeah? Yeah. Come on. If I hear that on Stellaris, I'm cracking my whole world. 20 ships for 22,000 alloys. Yikes. You know what we can do is we can buy a bunch of alloys. Let's go ahead and do that. Boop! There goes all of our energy credits, and let's sell a whole crap load of minerals that we definitely don't need, and a bunch of food. And leave the rest. Those energy credits, we can leave those stockpiled. We can sell a bunch of our strategic resources, though. God damn, we have a lot. Alright, that, and let's sell another 1,000 exotic gases. Damn, look at our energy credits now. That's much better. Alright, cool. And... perfect. Alright, now 22,737. That'll leave us with... oh, 3,000. That's fine. Alright. So where are we building all these? We got our mega shipyard building 11 of them, and for some reason our ductive dive station is building 9. Why? Why? Why isn't the mega shipyard building all of them?
Research complete.
What the fuck? Flash coolant done. Let's do another flash coolant. Get that to 10. I must have missed something. What happened to your energy? I don't know. It was like plus 100 and now it's tanked. I don't get it. I wish I knew, but I don't. I definitely did not make a bunch of technician jobs disappear or anything like that. It could just be from all the research labs that I'm upgrading and stuff. Or I should say advanced buildings that I'm upgrading. Because you got to remember that not only do you get 3 additional jobs for upgrading, you know, alloy foundries, research labs, and all that stuff, but the upkeep also goes up by a fair margin. By about 3 energy credits per building. So let's go ahead. I'm going to quickly take a look here. So alloy foundries, yeah, upkeep 2 energy per building. Upgraded to a mega forge, that's another, and then it's 5 energy per month per building. So you upgrade a bunch of those, and it takes a fair chunk out of your energy credits. It could just be from all the buildings that I've upgraded. Okay, now I have an unemployed specialist here for no reason. I wonder if it's also because of all the clerks that I'm kiboshing. I didn't change our trade policy, did I? I don't think so. I better double check that. Policies, trade policy. Yeah, it's still wealth creation, so I don't know. I do not know what happened there. It's all good. Board stain, tech world. Let's leave that alone. Buffalo's mining. Why do I have unemployment? Get in the gulag! Give me minerals. The forges are hungry. You will give me minerals. Or you will be purged. If the clerks take the jobs, buy energy credits from buy energy credits from trade. Well, that's why I want to get rid of the clerks and have technicians working those jobs instead, because let's take a good old look-see here. I did not mean to favorite the technicians. Come on. Let's pause the game for a second. There we go. Alright, stuff's happening now. Okay, unfavorite the technicians, because right now, a single technician is producing 9 energy credits. Whereas a clerk would only be producing about 2, maybe 2.5 trade value, which would be converted to 2 or 2.5 energy credits. So, yeah. By restricting clerks, in a lot of cases, they're moving into technician jobs. So that should be increasing my energy credit production, but whatever. You know what? I wonder if the Science Nexus had something to do with it. What's the upkeep on that right now? Oh my god. Can't load the system. Upkeep 25. Okay, so that definitely took a chunk out. When we finished the Science Nexus and that Ecumenopolis, AQ2, CGs, encased. Alright, so we have our second Ecumenopolis. This one is going to be an industrial Ecumenopolis. So we've got an industrial arcology on the way right meow. Totem Goat's going to demolish several of these residential arcologies. And there they go. Still got 6 clerks. That's fine. The next pop, once we get pop number 10, I need a Hollow Theaters, like badly. You know what? Maybe I'll hold off on that industrial arcology, because if I do the industrial arcology, we're going to have all 6 pops take artisan jobs, which would be nice because that's 6 artisans producing a bunch of consumer goods for us. However, none of them would be available to take the entertainer jobs and start producing amenities on the planet. And we would have 0 or negative amenities, which I would not be a happy camper about. Alright. Buffalo's mining. We have some unemployment. I need to fix that. Huh. I don't have an admin park. Let's do an admin office for now. That'll work. Alright, we have 1 unemployed pop here on this world. Huh. Here. You know what? I think I'm going to restrict these 2 merchant jobs. What I would rather... Actually, that's a bad idea. Damn. Because we don't have enough amenities for me to lose those merchant jobs. That's fine. Okay, 1 unemployed pop, but I have 0 housing. Shoot. I definitely don't want him working as a clerk. I would have liked to upgraded this civilian repli complex and instead of like 2 merchants, have 2 artisans. But the merchants are producing decent amount of amenities to keep us in the green on amenities here, so I don't want to do that. I'm curious. Maybe I'll just leave it be. Fuck it. Okay. That is not much monthly growth. Oh yeah, we were gonna gene mod. Where's that species? Way the fuck down here. The Zorak Burbity. Apply template.
Updated.
And 25 months. Blech! Gross. Major administrative sanctions have been passed. Woohoo! Alright. Let's go ahead and upgrade this to a Star Fortress so that we get the remaining 2 shipyard modules. Not that I'll have that available by the time these battleships are done constructing, but whatever. Man can dream. Yowza! Why are there so many fleets in this system anyways? Like, what is this? This is Max Armada from the Sovereign Alari worlds. Why are they here? Seriously. And then we've got... oh my god, there's 3 other fleets. We've got 2 from the Jazigian Pious Administration, I do believe. Oh, hey! There's the Ether Drake. Totally forgot that stupid thing was here. And then we've got 1 from the Bondronite Mandate, I believe that is. Okay. Don't know why they have these fleets just sitting here in my former home system, but okay. They are here to protect the history and culture of the Directorate of Dip Dive. It's like, hey, look, your planet, your homeworld is still here. Like, it's totally blown up, but we need to keep it safe. I don't fucking know. Oh, look, we have an unemployed ruler for no reason. Great. They want a photo of Bubbles. There you go. There you go. Thank you, Scythus. Question answered. The mystery has been... Whoa, what the... That was interesting. You saw how all the building slots got filled with, like, demolished buildings for a quick second there? That was interesting. Alright, let's open up these clerks' jobs. Let's go back to Dang Mines. What's going on there? Do we still just have... Yeah, Sky Dome, Paradise Dome. Weird. Alright, well, whatever. No complaints here. Why aren't you working? Back to the Gulag! Bubbles, the national treasure. the galactic treasure. Get it right. This is your captain speaking. If you look out a window on your left side, you'll see a gigantic spaceborne alien called a space amoeba. This one in particular was named Bubbles by the Directorate of Duck Dip Dive. They've been taking care of her for over a century, and as you can see, she is fucking massive. You could say that she is the proverbial mascot of the Directorate of Duck Dip Dive. Please tell me the game didn't just freeze. Nope, it did not. Okay. Overlord entered war. Prime Replicators has declared our Overlord, the Jazigian Pious Administration. Who the fuck are the Prime Replicators? Oh. That's what you get. First you've had a fallen empire kicking the crap out of you for most of the game. Now you've got a machine uprising. That's what you get. Spiritualist fools. Oh, that's brilliant. That is brilliant. Where are the Prime Replicators? Why is this listed all weird? Hang on. Got it. Oh, yeah, I have it organized by Federation, not by name. There we go. That's better. Prime Replicators. Machine Intelligence. What do they have? Warbots and Rapid Replicator. You have been marked for extermination. Perhaps you entered the wrong command, friend unit. Oh, wow. How is it we have good relations, well, sort of good relations with them, and yet we're at war? Okay, whatever. Prime replicators will now guarantee the independence of Omni Manifold. Okay, you do you. Getting bigger? Yeah. Last week it took a shit and the sun actually increased in size. Are you saying Bubbles poops stellar fusion? This got weird in a hurry. Alright, let's go ahead and upgrade another advanced research complex because I have 2 unemployed pops. And I am not happy about that. Dang mines. What do we got going on here? Unemployed ruler. Don't care. We should be... Oh, we need 80 pops. Right, we just upgraded to a planetary capital a while ago. Still have an unemployed ruler. Don't know how, but okay. Whatever. Let's go ahead.
Research complete.
Do we need any refineries? We're not hurting for refineries right now. But we can totes my goats to an exotic gas refinery just for the hell of it. Because I don't have any refineries on that world yet. Alright, let's grab matter compression. Like Nibbler shits dark matter. Wait, what? Oh, yeah, Futurama. I was like, I recognize that, but what's it from again? Alright, a little over 20 minutes left in the stream. I'd like to say a big thank you to everybody who came by to hang out with me tonight. I greatly appreciate it. I know not a hell of a lot's really happened the last several streams because, you know, it's sometimes you get to a point in the end game where your situation is not nearly as good as it, well, as I think it should have been. So you just wind up kind of hanging around until, you know, until bad shit happens to you or the rest of the galaxy or whatever. Which is pretty much all that's really been going on here. But still, it's been entertaining. Hope you guys have enjoyed watching nonetheless. Even though there's not a hell of a lot that's going on. We can do a foundry arcology. And yeah, I honestly, even if there's not much going on in game, it's always a joy to me to have a bunch of you guys show up and watch me play. Even if there's not a lot going on in game, I still get to hang out with you guys and chat with you, and you know, y'all make the evening enjoyable. Kids went to bed late tonight, otherwise I'd have been here earlier. It's all good, JB. Shite happens. Oh, Christ. Actually, if I'm not completely pooched after this, you want to play a little bit of Mass Effect 3? Probably have time for a few games. I'm down. Sweet. We can do that. I'll have to find something to... Maybe I'll just grab some pretzel sticks to munch on or something, because I'm peckish. Thank you for the content. I enjoyed it. Love seeing the fleets. No problem, buddy. Even though I'm at it, like... The time I spend playing does kind of... Like, it has peaks and valleys, and lately I have not played this too much outside of the streams over the last several weeks here, but... I still love this game. There's still so much to do in this game and all that stuff. There's so much to talk about with this game, and like, you know, anything can happen. So still thoroughly enjoy this game. I do not intend to stop streaming this game or making content for it anytime soon, because it's just great fun. And we still have stuff on the way. Like, not only are we still waiting for Necroids and Ancient Relics, and I'm really looking forward more to Ancient Relics than Necroids. That's just me. I would very much like Ancient Relics to come out prior to Necroids. I don't know if that'll be the thing, though. So there's still stuff to look forward to, and even then, after that, we still have additional DLC to look forward to, like Nemesis. Nemesis looks totally cool. Not to mention there's also, by the time we get to Nemesis and we upgrade to version like 3.0, there will be a bunch of cool stuff that comes with that version upgrade, or version update, I should say, that I'm quite looking forward to experiencing. Mind if my college buddy joins? No, that's fine. I'm taking a slight Stellaris break, farting around on Star Trek Online. The LEM update might be in there, which means plantoid buffs. Yeah, that's entirely possible. Well, it's not plantoid buffs, is it? Like, they just added... They added some civics. I saw that thing. They're changing some civics and stuff, or, well, I should say adding some civics and stuff like that. I'm not sure that just flat out means they're getting buffs. New traits, civics. Yeah. Oh, you're right, new traits. I totally forgot about the new traits. I don't think that means that they're getting buffs, though. They don't look like buffs to me. They're just making it. They're doing what they did with, you know, like lithoids and necroids, where they, like, the species pack has unique features to it, and the lithoids and necroids species have unique civics and unique species traits available. So they're going back and doing that. Plantoids was the first species pack, and there's nothing unique about it. It's just portraits. So they're like, you know what, we need to change that. Let's make it so that there's more value to these older DLCs. You know, you get special unique plantoid civics and special unique plantoid traits by playing as a plantoid. Like, that's cool as fuck. Food into alloys. Idyllic blooms slowly terraforms to Gaia world. I mean... But that's not necessarily, like... How do I word this? That's not necessarily, like, a flat buff to the species, though. That's a buff as a result of a unique mechanic being introduced to them. You know what I mean? I get what you're saying, though. I've never really thought of that kind of change as like a straight up buff. You know, that'd be akin to saying, well, I'll give you a good example since I mentioned Mass Effect 3. The way I see a buff is if it's like, you know, a buff to a weapon is like more ammo capacity or more damage per shot or faster rate of fire. Like, to me, that's a buff. Or and it's not like, I don't see it as like if you change the mechanics of it, where instead of, okay, this used to be a regular weapon that needed ammo, now we're changing it to a weapon with infinite ammo and a cooldown mechanic. And by the way, it also has up if you hold the trigger down for X amount of time. And that translates to it actually gets more DPS once the ramp up kicks in. That's not like a direct buff. That's like a change in the mechanics, and it results in making the weapon better. That's the way I look at it. But still, that's an ascension perk you don't need. True. I don't really take World Shaper very much, anyways, to be totally honest. Like World Shaper, it's not a bad ascension perk whatsoever, but I rarely take it. I know we took it when we did the automated butt wipers as the rogue servitors, so that we could terraform Gaia planets and then we could stick our bio trophies on them. So like there was a reason for that, and it made sense. I would say it's also a viable pick if you're about, you know, if you're like a xenophile empire and your intention is to make a whole shiteload of migration treaties, like from the earliest portions of the game. You know what I'm saying? So I can see World Shaper being not I don't want to say necessary, but viable for that kind of a situation too, because you want your Gaia worlds to be able to house whatever species. Oops, Science Nexus is ready to go in the Rotanev system. Where the huh? Oh, the Bodronite mandate completed theirs. Okay, never mind. I thought it was talking to me about my next section of the Science Nexus. That is not us. Rotanev, they completed their Science Nexus. It's way over here. Well, good for them. Congratulations. Good job. See, this is This is the fun fact: the megastructures do not have like a different design to them, but they have a different texture depending on the ship appearance. So this is actually a lithoid science nexus. That's what that looks like. We can take a look at a different one. End of the Omni Manifold. Ooh. Okay, well they got wiped out. Let's try to find another science nexus. I know there's more than one empire that has one right now. There's a megastructure here? There's a mega art installation in here? What the fuck? Really? Okay. What about here? Kuma. That is a megastructure. What is it? Let's find out. It's not a science nexus. Oh, it's a strategic coordination center. Okay. We need to find systems with a megastructure icon, and when we pass over them, they have a whole shitload of science being produced. Kaiser. Nope, that's not it. I know somebody else has completed a science nexus. Where the flying fuck is it? Mike, that's a mega art installation. That's over 300 Unity. Hello? Penosta. What's that? I don't know what that is. There's a mega structure in here, though. Oh, it's a mega shipyard. Okay. I don't think I missed it. Shh. Hello? Damn it, I know there was another fucking... whatever. I only use them with Spiritualist. Fair enough. Going to play Stellaris now. Night, everyone. See you, buddy. Thanks for coming by tonight. I'll see you... Hopefully I'll see you for a future Stellaris stream, but drop in next week. I'll be playing Mass Effect Legendary Edition quite a bit. It'd be cool to have you there if you want to watch. Tazizian Pious Administration entered into a migration treaty. I swear somebody else did a science nexus like in the previous stream or something. And now I can't find it. Research complete. Matter compression. Well, maybe we can get a good look by looking at our science nexus. Let's zoom in on Duck Dip Dive. If I recall right, we did Reptilian ship set. I'll find out in a minute here. Let's go ahead and look at our ships. Yes, Reptilian. Okay, so we did the Reptilian ship set. Let's go look at our Science Nexus hub, and you can see the difference in the texture. See what I mean? So this is the Reptilian Science Nexus. It's the same architecture, but the textures of it are definitely different. See what I mean? So like it's kind of, you know, those weird kind of blocky shapes and the hexagonal designs and a little bit. Now we go back to the Bodronite Mandate, which has a lithoid ship set. Let's go back and look at their Science Nexus. You see how it looks like fucking rocks and shit? It's actually pretty cool. And then they got different stuff on the top of it here too. These funny little purple pool kind of thingies. So yeah. They don't, like, architecturally speaking, from a distance, they don't look different, but once you zoom in and you can actually see the textures of the megastructures, the ship sets do have, the ship set that you pick does have an impact on how your megastructure looks, but like I said, it's just the textures, which I think is a really cool little detail. That's just me. The fungus ones are really dark, love them. Yeah, I haven't taken a good enough look at those. Plantoids are kind of neat. The plantoids one, yeah, it looks really, like, for lack of a better term, bumpy, you know? Lots of little ridges and stuff. The next Federation level has been unlocked. Our new Federation perks are now active. Cool beans. So that's what happens when you level up your Federation. You get an alert. And then when we go look, we now have a level 2 Federation, so because we're a Martial Alliance, the level 2 perks are in effect officer exchange. The amount members contribute towards the Federation naval capacity counts for 25% and more. Interior lines, ship speed is increased by 10% while in Federation space. That one's actually a pretty good one. And Sphere of Influence, this is for the President only, minus 10% claim influence cost. Pretty interesting bonuses there. Yeah, like wood alloy. Yeah. You're totally right. It's an interesting analogy. Actually, RC Warrior was the one that wanted to take a look at my Iron Man game. Did he not? Who else is here? That was here from earlier. Gooseman, you still there? And Ancient Gamer. Wonder if you guys are there. We could, like, there's 10 minutes left. We could go take a look at my Iron Man game to get a different idea of what. Not me. I know. Whatever. I wasn't asking you, Joe. I remember mentioning, like, earlier on, I was like, well, we could go jump in the Iron Man game and see what different stuff looks like from there. But, it's fine. All right, let's do the Hollow Theaters first, and then we'll upgrade to the Planetary Administration. That will use up a lot of these clerks. Will go up to a bunch of those jobs. And then we can build the Industrial Arcology, which will create a schwack of artisan jobs. And that'll work out great. What's your ship set in there? For this game, Reptilians. Hang on a second here. Whoa. My god, the performance goes to complete crap when we're in this system. Yeah, these are my fleets here. You can see I've got very reptilian... I've got reptilian corvettes and reptilian battleships. No, you're Iron Man. Avians all the way. Joe likes the Avians. Avians was actually the first ship set that I tried, so I'm a little partial to them. They're quite elegant and nice looking. Anyways, we can go take a quick look at that Iron Man game and take a peek there. That's actually good. That's going to be it for the actual stream game. So we will not be revisiting the Giroids in the future. It was interesting playing with the Doomsday origin. It was definitely challenging. Not a square edge on them. I like them as well. Use them exclusively for my tall empires. Yeah, there's a lot of curvatures and pointy stuff, and yeah, like you said, they don't look blocky at all. There's nothing blocky about them. I think that's cool as crap. All right, let's jump into this real quick. I'm pretty sure my ship set for this empire is humanoid. But we'll take a peek here in just a second. So the Giroid game, because we had such difficulty, it's about 2350 there. This is 100 years later. As you can see, my economy is in much better shape. Let's find a military fleet. I have a whole bunch. Second carrier fleet. Let's go look at these guys. Humanoid? Yep, humanoid ship set. Okay. So now we need to go find my megastructures. I definitely have a science nexus in Imulgaron. There we go. I got a whole bunch of megastructures, really. So let's take a look at the humanoid science nexus. There you go. It's all this kind of... it's really shiny, but let me move the camera. But you can see... It's got high albedo, and it's like very square kind of plates all over the place. So, again, very different, aesthetically different texturing of the Science Nexus. There's also all those little lights everywhere. I don't think those are as prominent with the other ship set textures, like in the middle portions of the Science Nexus, so it looks pretty cool. Not bad, yeah. Honestly... if you ask me, the best achievement in terms of like visual designs and whatnot was how unique and different the various ship set, the phenotype ships and whatnot, and the textures of the megastructures, like how different they all look, to give them that distinct personality to them. I think the folks that were behind the concept and design for things like the ship sets and all that stuff, they did a fantastic job on this shit. Like that is something I would never be able to do, is design extremely unique looking ships and stuff. We can also take a look at... Do I have a sentry array? I don't have a sentry array. What the fuck is wrong with me? Oh, I do. I have 2. I like how this one says it's a sentry array, but the little image thingy is a ring world. I have 2 sentry arrays. I captured one. Let's take a look at the humanoid sentry array. Where the fuck is it? This one. This one I rebuilt it. So you can see it's still got that motif of the rectangular plates and whatnot, and it's a very shiny kind of texture to it. So that looks pretty cool. Right next to this destroyed station. Huh. Interesting. What else do we got? A strategic coordination center. All unique, but still the same. Yeah, like architecturally they're the same, but when you zoom in and get close, their textures are different. Like they just did such a good job with that. I'd say that the actual texture portion of it goes to, you know, the folks who do textures, and then the actual ship designs. That I think that's more like concept. That starts with the concepts artists, and then the 3D modelers, you know, make the 3D models behind the artist designs. So, but like, fuck, everybody does such a good job with these designs. That is not something that I would ever be really talented at. Strategic coordination center looks pretty cool. Anyways, I'm gonna save and quit from this. There's only about 5 minutes left in the stream. I know I kind of cut it short quitting out of the actual stream game there, but that's okay. I mean, it wasn't really going to be a heck of a lot that happens in those 10 minutes anyways, seeing as how the timer was ticking down so slowly anyways, but it's all good. I can't find my mic. Well, you better find it, dude. We need to you know, yell at randoms in Mass Effect 3. Not, you know, yelling at them for being bad at the game or something like that. We need to yell at them random stuff. Completely unrelated stuff. Anyways, huge thank you to everybody who came by and watched me stream this tonight. The next time I jump on Stellaris Console Edition with a live stream, we will start a new game. So I hope to see you there. Stay tuned via Twitter, Discord, or on the YouTube channel in the community section. I will post the schedule for the rest of August here, what I expect it to be. So Joe the Frogman, RC Warrior, Gooseman, Ancient Gamer, JB, Cyphus, Blonde Waffles was taken. And I think that's everybody who came by tonight. Great to see you folks. Thanks for hanging out with me tonight. I greatly appreciate it. And as I said, stay tuned and I will announce ahead of time so that you know days in advance when we will be starting a new stream game in Stellaris Console Edition. It will be near the end of August. Possibly the first week of September. So stay tuned, and I do hope to see you for that stream so that you can help me create a brand new empire. That is the most fun during these Stellaris Console Edition streams, is when we start a brand new empire and a whole bunch of you come in to help me with really silly name ideas, as well as the different traits and civics that we're going to use for the empire build. It's a lot of fun, so I hope to see you there. And those of you watching this in the future on YouTube, thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, do give it a thumbs up and leave a comment down below how you think this Doomsday playthrough went. If you feel that it really did look as challenging as the game claims the Doomsday Origin can be, and if you think that was the main reason for all of our economic setbacks, or most of our economic setbacks throughout the whole game. Anything Stellaris Console Edition related, or if you have a suggestion for what we should play in our next stream game several weeks from now, if you have any ideas, you can leave a comment on that. Every time you click the thumbs up or leave a comment, that helps me out with the YouTube algorithm so that my videos can reach a wider audience, and I greatly appreciate you doing that for me. If you would like to see more Stellaris Console Edition content in the future, subscribe to the channel and click the bell icon so you're notified whenever I upload a new video. My streams get uploaded unedited to YouTube, so if you want to keep up to date on how those are going, you do not miss a thing. And the goal for 2021 is to try to hit 10,000 subscribers by the end of December. It's a pretty tall order, seeing as how there's only about 4 or 5 months left and we're still several thousand away from that. But I think we can do it together. The best things you can do are, of course, subscribe yourself and share this content with any friends or colleagues that you think would be interested in watching my stuff as they too play Stellaris Console Edition. There are also links down in it's a shit show, says JB. Thanks, buddy. There are also links down in the description below that I would really like you to check out. You'll find one for the official Stellaris Discord, where you can become part of the greater Stellaris community. There is a huge section for us Console Edition players to talk about the game, ask questions, discuss strategies, and even set up multiplayer matches. It's a very large, very active Discord. There's people online in there chatting every day. So if that sounds more like your gig, a Discord where you can have a discussion on a daily basis about anything Stellaris related, that's the place to be. There are also links to my own personal stuff. You'll find one from my Twitch channel, which I streamed this off of. Give me a follow there, and the normal schedule is Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays at 7 o'clock Mountain Time. Drop on in, check out what I'm playing. Stellaris Console Edition is normally on Tuesdays and Fridays, barring outside barring outside intervention, I suppose you could say. So and I do stream other games on the Mondays and the Thursdays. Right now I'm playing through Mass Effect Legendary Edition, so pop on over, hang out with me for the evening, and I'll do my best to entertain you for a couple hours. It'd be great to see you there. There's also a link to my Twitter feed. Give me a follow there. It's a great way to keep in touch with me, and I post important announcements all the time. Last but not least, there's a link to my own personal Discord channel for fans of my content to freely join. It's not necessary whatsoever, but it's an alternative place to kind of hang out and talk about Stellaris Console Edition. There's not nearly as many members as in the official Discord, and it's not quite as chatty, but it's a much more kind of personable Discord to be in, since with less people you can spend a little more kind of one-on-one time with somebody to discuss things like Stellaris Console Edition. We also talk about whatever the hell's on our mind in that Discord, posting memes or whatever. What did I have for lunch today? That kind of stuff. And there are community events that we do hold in that Discord. So if you want to take part in any of that stuff, if any of that stuff sounds cool to you, that's the place to be. So that's it for me tonight. Hope to see you during a future Twitch live stream. As I said, next week will be all Mass Effect Legendary Edition. For the week, it'll be for the 3 nights that I stream next week, and then after that there should be the Monday and the Tuesday the following week that I stream are the only 2 nights that I will be able to stream the 3rd week of August, and those will also be Mass Effect Legendary Edition, and then I'll actually be gone for probably about a week, maybe a week and a half, before I'm back to streaming again. And once the schedule's back to normal, I will do the usual Tuesdays and Fridays Stellaris Console Edition again, and we can start a brand new game. So yeah, hope to see you in a future Twitch stream or in the Discord. All of those links are down in the description below. Thank you very much for watching. Y'all have a great weekend, and I hope to see you again real soon. This is Mobius signing off for now. Take care.